Finally, spring came to Connecticut. Today is a marvelous day. Temperature is probably 45, something like that. We had 2 nights and 2 days of beautiful rain. And today feels like this is it. This is spring. And there is a special relationship between gardeners and springtime. You feel like almost the spring urge goes through your blood vessels, right? And you feel this excitement of everything waking up, ready to meet the sun, especially our beautiful roses. So let me give you a tour of the garden, see what stood, what fell, what survived the winter, what didn't. Let's begin. Olga, Carmody with you today, Master Gardener from Connecticut. The good news is that we didn't lose a single rose in the garden, which is good news. Partially it's due to our beautiful sandy soils. So that's one of the good aspects of sandy soils. They drain so well that plants really don't suffer a lot through the waterlogged conditions in winter. News is that my rose in the pot, which I was overwintering in the garage, woke up 2 weeks earlier. Partially it is our fault because we forgot to close doors into the garage from the house several nights. So during those nights the warm air was coming into the garage, and that's where my rose broke dormancy. It is unknown rose, and right now it's not a big issue because we are not in the middle of January. This is March, and the roses outside, as you can see, are just at the stage where the buds are getting swollen. So my rose in the pot is a little bit ahead of schedule, but it's not a problem because we have already good temperature in 40s and 50s for the whole next week, which is great. I'm hoping that we are not going to have any more freezing conditions, and my rose will slowly get used to nice sun and air outside. You see, it got a little bit sick because the garage lack of sun, but it will kick back and it will start growing healthy here. Maybe I will put it into the garage for another night, but otherwise this unknown rose is going to go onto the patio and will probably this year surprise us with unknown color blooms, you know. All right, beautiful Lady of Shalot, the queen of my garden. The same tendency continues to happen here. Lady of Shalot, there are 2 bushes and they are planted 18 inches apart approximately, and these are old shrub roses. They're here more than 10 years, and clearly one rose is taking over the other. The conditions of this rose, let me see, this one is taking over this one. You see how many new stems this one is producing, and every year the rose to the right is producing less and less fresh stems. I think that the problem here is the shade comes quicker from the house to the right Lady of Shalot, and since left Lady of Shalot has more sun, it takes over, and I have no idea what to do with it. I'm just watching this process unfolding year after year, you know. All right, Lady of Shalot looks very good and healthy. Oh, look, the woodpecker on the tree. Oh, he flew away. It's so nice to see birds in the garden now, you know. Let's go and look at our new dawn roses. I received seeds for this marvelous short-lived perennial, which is called pincushion scabiosa caucasica, and it is Farmer Deep Blue. You guys advised me to plant it here under this arch to complement the beautiful blooms of new dawn roses. And this is going to be the 3rd year for new dawn roses, so I'm hoping some sort of a performance. This year finally one of the stems made it to the top of my handmade arch, so we will see. And they're very clean. New dawn has beautiful, very clean light pink color blooms, and I am thinking that this Farmer Deep Blue blooms, which are gorgeous, very beautiful. I'm going to try to raise them from seeds this year. Will be a great combination with New Dawn. We will see what will happen. Bliss Parfuma Rose is trying to escape the shade and trying to grow away from the arch. I have to control it. I have to control that habit by pruning it. And of course, Parfuma Rose is Floribunda rose. The trimming is quite different from the shrub rose, and I will be showing you this year. Actually, I will be just taking you on every trim of every rose. So the first trim probably would be Lady of Shalot, right there near the house. Coreopteris is beautiful, right? With this winter presence. Trimming is due too. Let's look at Olivia Rose. Beautiful. Lived as nothing happened to it. Needs nice pruning, cleaning of everything. Great. Love it. Now this mess here also needs to be fixed. My arch is falling. The porch is empty for now. In our area, butterfly bush keeps its foliage through the winter, which is lovely. Major Vila honeysuckle. You know what they say, that honeysuckle needs to be trimmed after the blooms, but I'm going to go this spring and just trim it because it's getting out of control. And yes, I'm going to lose some blooms, but I don't mind. The job of trimming is more important at this point. Some shrubs at the bottom needs to be, you see some of the stems became dead, and my rose here is in the shade for now. In the morning, I'm walking in the morning hours in the garden. Beautiful. Oh, see, it escaped that big stem. I tied it to the arch, but I guess it didn't stay there through the winter. My back sofa area is marvelous here. All the beds are ready. I planted tulips here, yellow tulips here. So here's one row, and here's another row, and here's a sofa. So let's see how this spring the design is going to come up. Unless squirrels will eat every yellow tulip, we will see. Usually, for the last 2 years, we started to have lynx presence, believe it or not, here in Stratford. So the squirrel population went away. Very nice. Let me see how my pots did. Handmade hypertufa containers. You know what? I see that one of them is not doing very well. So hypertufa container lived and lived well. Of course, I kept it on the table, not on the ground. And it starts to get a nice color to it. I like it. But my pot, which I made from quick-set cement, is not showing good signs. You see these big cracks here? I'm going to try to repair them, and maybe, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cover the whole pot, the whole exterior of the pot with a sealant. This way water is not going to go to the cracks. I put some of the sealant here, and I can see that it keeps the area pretty water-free, but I probably didn't do any sealant here, so maybe that will prolong the life of this pot. But otherwise, it looks majestic, looks well aged, and it's just 1 year old. I did it last year. Wonderful. Katrina Rose is stubbornly keeping its leaves. So during the trimming, all that has to go. And look, everything is green and nice and ready to be trimmed and start growing. Look at these cute little buds. I love them at the beginning of spring. Wonderful. It's like the promise, the hope of wonderful season and gorgeous blooms. Here's my husband enjoying a beautiful sun, the first day of the season. Hi, Mr. Carmody.
Oh yeah, beautiful day.
Yes, it is. It is so good to hear all the birds. I'm not sure if you can hear them through the camera, but they sound spring. Quite different from the middle of December, right? We know all that gardeners know that tweet, tweet, tweet. A beautiful spring sound. All right, my dear gardeners, we will see you in our next video. Happy gardening.